Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and look at this fun, happy card I have for you again today. I'm so excited about this because it's super duper easy. That makes me happy. And the only thing you have to do is cut a few strips of paper, which are pretty simple. They're just 1 by 4 inch strips. So it's very easy to put together. Let me show you how I did it. First of all, I'm using the Pieces and Patterns stamp set. I always want to say it the other way around. And this is such a cute set. In fact, when I was making this card, I was planning on using the cute little T-Rex image because I just think it's really funny and cute. But I ended up deciding to go with something a little happier. And not to say you couldn't use T-Rexes on this card because that would be fun. But when I pulled out the coordinating printed paper, this piece popped out, and I just love this gorgeous black pattern, black and white pattern. So I knew right away I wanted to use bright, happy colors with this because you know I like to make bright, happy cards, right? Okay, so I'm going to start by taking and putting this piece on just a little backing of black to really help it stand off from my colored strips. So I've got that, and all of the dimensions and details and more photos are all on my blog, so make sure and check that out. The link is in the description of this video. And then I also have 2 pieces of Whisper White, a smaller and a larger one. I'm going to take the smaller one for the strips, and then the larger one will go inside of my card. All right, so I'll fold my black card, and I don't always use black as a card base because of course you have to put something on the inside, you know, so that you can write in it. But this time I decided, and is this, gosh, I feel like my pieces are wrong. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong size piece. Okay. Hopefully this piece is correct though. No, that's not either. Goodness, what was I doing? If you've seen, there we go. This is better. I have this file of pre-cut card stock pieces that I pull from, so I don't have to cut every time I stamp. And if you've ever watched my cutting cardstock like a boss video, you know what I'm talking about. And I grabbed the wrong one for my getting ready for my video. Okay, so like I said, I have these 1 by 4 inch strips of paper. We're just going to attach them, and I apologize for my sniffling. I'm getting over a cold. Can you hear it in my voice? I still sound funny. I'm ready for my normal voice to return, you know what I mean? Okay, so the first and last pieces are always the hardest to get exactly lined up. The rest are pretty easy after that. But if you mess up the first one, then the rest of them really just don't kind of come out quite right. Okay, so I've got Pool Party and Old Olive. You want to make sure each piece is butted right up against the next. Then we've got Bermuda Bay, of course, one of my favorites, Melon Mambo, and Tangerine Tango. All right, now that covers my piece of cardstock, which you can see is just a touch longer. I actually did that on purpose, excuse me, because I wanted to be able to just trim these little pieces off, knowing that sometimes when you cut a bunch of pieces individually, they aren't all exactly the same, and I didn't want like jagged edges, you know what I mean? So that's why I did that. Now, isn't this a fun, happy piece of paper? Oh my gosh, I love it. So we are going to adhere that to the front of our card, like so, which gives us a nice border of black around the edges. All right, then I'm going to pop up this little panel with the printed paper with some dimensionals. So happy, happy, happy. I have to tell you, this weekend I love figure skating, and it was the U.S. National Championships, and I totally watched. And I was watching the men's last night. I had recorded it, and just as we're getting to the last skater who won, it was like 3/4 of the way through his program, and my recording stopped. I was like, what? So thank heavens for YouTube, right? YouTubers save the day, don't they? So I found the rest of his program on YouTube. Of course, I could finish the whole thing. I'm just grabbing a scrap of white, and I have a whole thing of white scraps, and I lost it. It's just right behind me. Okay. So I'm going to stamp, I guess I probably only need one of these. I'm going to stamp my little flower 3 times in black ink, Memento ink, and then I'm also going to stamp the sentiment on a little scrap strip. These are left over from when I trim my cardstock, and I keep them. I just missed. Oh, I'm doing a bad job. And I stamped it right in the middle, so I can't even get 2 figures. Hold on. Oh, and I do it in the middle again. What is wrong with me? There we go. That's pretty good. We're going with this one. All right. Do you ever have days like that where no matter what you do, it doesn't quite stamp the way you want it? I'm going to use my triple banner punch to make that little flag end, which you know I love. All right, and then we'll put that right here. So I'm going to trim this off, and I like using my card as a guide for trimming these little pieces. There we go. It's a little tight, but it'll be fine. Now I'm going to color each of my flowers with my Stampin' blends. So I'll start with my, actually I'm going to start with my lighter color. I'm going to start with Pumpkin Pie. I was going to call this Tangerine Tango. I love this because it really can be either Pumpkin Pie or Tangerine Tango, or I even think this lighter color kind of crosses into the Peekaboo Peach. So I love that these colors really do kind of go beyond just the color listed. You know, you can use it for more than that. So I did the whole thing in light. Then I'm going to kind of go out with each petal a little bit from the center to just kind of give a shaded look, a little accent color here. And then we're going to cover it kind of the middle so we don't have to, yeah, I think that's good. So we don't have to worry about the center because we're going to cover that with a glimmer dot. Next, I'll move on to Old Olive, and I'm going to do this the other way. We'll do the dark color on the little ring, and then our little bits right there. And we'll go over the whole thing with the lighter color. And likewise, I think Old Olive can be used as Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive, which is perfect. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm like, so, blech. Okay. And finally, Pool Party. Always one of my favorites. So I'm just doing a little accented color, and then we'll fill the whole thing in. Now, of course, whenever you close your Stampin' blends, you want to make sure that they click closed, so they're, you know, closed all the way so they don't dry out. Okay, now I thought, oh, I wish this had a punch that went with it, which it doesn't. But then I thought, ooh, I'm not going to cut those out. I'm going to punch them out. That's right. The 1-inch circle punch is perfect. And by the way, in case you were wondering, you can fit a glimmer dot through this punch, because I had put a glimmer dot in the center of these before I punched them, and I was like, oh no, but it worked out. Don't worry. All right, now I'm going to take my glimmer dots, and what's nice about these is when you get into the light shades, you can kind of use them and they don't have to be exactly right. So for instance, there's not an orange glimmer dot. And by the way, these are glitter enamel dots. I say glimmer dots. Oops, I kind of messed this one up a little. There we go. So there's my olive one, which there is an olive in here, but there's not a orange colored one. So we're just going to do the pumpkin pie color, or the lightest, I think it's supposed to be crushed curry. So the lightest yellow color will work just fine. And you can't tell. Can you? No. And then say likewise with the blue, this is actually Dapper Denim. And so when you take the very lightest one, oh, it totally can work as Pool Party and no one will know the difference. So I love that. And I keep all of these in here like so. Okay, well, let's put the rest of this card together because we're almost done. There's just a couple little things we're going to add. So I want to pop this up. So I've got 3 dimensionals for my little circle punches. And then I have a little strip for my sentiment. And what I like to do is figure out the order I want these to go in. So I kind of followed the order of my strips of paper. And I'm just going to adhere them down. But like I said, I wanted to make sure I oriented them the way I wanted them first. I can leave a little space. Oh, my glimmer dot fell off. That's terrible. I might have to glue dot this thing on because I sort of picked it up and then I messed it up a little. Let's see if that'll stick. I think we're good. Whew. Okay. And then we'll just add our Enjoy Today. I'm going to have this stick out just a touch. So, isn't that fun? Now, I have not neglected the inside of my card either. Let's make sure I have the right piece. I do. So for the inside of my card, I thought, oh, we should add some of those flowers in color. But this time, rather than stamp and color them with my blends, I'm just going to stamp and punch them out with black and then the coordinating paper. I think the blends are really pretty for the front of the card, but for the inside of the card, this is just a little quicker. And that way we can still decorate our inside of our card, but not have to spend a ton of time on the coloring part of it. So of course, these just all punch out so easy, which is wonderful. So now I've got to figure out how I can make a card with the T-Rex, because I still have it in my head that I need to make a T-Rex card using the stamp set. Okay, so we'll just put a little color on the inside of our card, and I can't remember the order I did these in. I don't think it really matters. We'll just go like this. And there we go. So of course it's always fun. Now it says Enjoy Today, so this could be any kind of card. It could be a birthday card or just a hey, how you doing card, whatever. So if you wanted to stamp something on the inside, you could. But there you go. I hope you loved this card. If you love Stampin' Blends and want to learn a little bit more about them, I have a fantastic online class. The link is in the description of this video to register. And I think you will find that these alcohol markers are so amazing. They make you color like a professional colorist, and I love it. So thanks again for joining me. If you need to order anything, please shop my online store. You'll become a VIP member, and there's all kinds of fantastic rewards. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.